Hello everyone, welcome to our practice. My name is Francine and I'm really glad that you're here joining me for this gentle practice. Let's begin by coming to our breath. Our knees are soft, our feet are about hip width apart. And from here, let's bend one knee while we do a gentle twist to the opposite side. A nice twisting action. And now I'm going to start slowing down, making the movements smaller. Taking our feet wider than hip width apart. If I were facing the short end of the mat, my feet would likely be to the outer edges and coming into some hip circles. So our hips go to the right and then forward, that's inhale, to the left and back is exhale. And again, inhale forward, exhale back. Last one. We switch our direction, so back is still exhale, forward is inhale. Last one. Bending into the knees, hands on upper thighs. Coming into a bit of cat-cow. We inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Two more. There's that last one. Bringing our feet back to that hip width distance. Bringing a bit of attention and love to our neck. So we're going to take our chin as though we're trying to glance to this underarm. Take that same arm, either to the top of the head, to the back. And I try to feel like I'm lifting the head a bit. So this side here, the right side of the neck, is really getting some lengthening. And while we're here, can we take our chin left and right, left, right. One more. And we'll take that left hand to the left temple, help the head up. Chin comes down as if it's glancing to this underarm. Hand maybe to the crown of the head, to the back. Still trying to lift a little bit. And then chin left and right. We release. We take the hand to the temple. We help the head up. We inhale our arms up. We come to this W shape with the arms. And on every inhale, we're going to try to get those shoulder blades towards each other. So inhale, shoulder blades go towards. And on the exhale, just neutral. And again. And on the next one, we're we're going to try to hold. Keep breathing. And then we inhale the arms up, and on the exhale, bending at the knees, hinging at the hips, we find airplane and up. Airplane, up. Last one. And this time, circle, sweep the arms to chair and up. Chair, up. And the next time we find ourselves in chair, let's bring our hands to our hearts, shifting the weight onto your left foot, lifting that right heel, and then maybe lifting the right foot, one-legged chair. And we place that foot down, shift our weight, lift the other heel, and the foot comes up. Placing that foot down, inhale the arms up. On the exhale, side bend to your right, then bend the knees and circle, sweep, and again. This will be the last one on this side. And we take that arm down. This time the right arm comes up, side bend left, soften through the knees and circle. Last one. And the arm comes down. We're going to return to that airplane and then change the arms. And so we inhale up. On the exhale, soften the knees, arms by our sides, lifting the toes. And then we're going to take the arms by our ears as if we're pushing a wall in front of us. And just notice changes in sensation. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. And can we return those arms to the sides? Finding chair. Hands to the heart. We inhale. Exhale, we twist to one side. Center. Twist. Other side. Last one. And then we make our way up to mountain. Feet about hip width apart. Taking one arm up, we call this one apple picking, and then we switch. Last one. Returning our hands to our heart. Taking a wide stance. Toes are out, heels are in. We inhale up, and on the exhale, this is moonflowers. We come back up, inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to add a hip hinge. And this is sunflowers. Without the hip hinge. And then adding it in. We're going to do this one more time. Bringing our hands to our hearts. From here, we're going to take the feet and point them towards the long side of the mat. And we're going to do downward dog from this position. And so we inhale up, exhale, soft knees, hinge at the hips. And then we start to walk our hands forward. Pressing into the hands, encouraging those hips back, checking that our quads are engaged, that our knees have a micro bend. And while we're here, can we cat-cow? Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And arch. And round. Arch. Round. One more. Arch. Round. Beginning to walk the hands towards ourselves again. We're here at half back, keeping our feet exactly as they are. Coming to cat-cow once again, just noticing differences. Arch and round, arch, round. How about one more? Arch, round. Toes out, heels in. Placing our hands on our upper thighs, we come up part way into a little twisting goddess. So that's opposite shoulder to knee. And then we'll inhale up, hands to the heart, beginning to toe our feet in until we find ourselves in mountain and we come to our breath. We're going to have a little bit of playtime today with Warrior 2, Reverse Warrior, and what we call Reverse Triangle. So we're going to take our left foot back first. You'll notice that the hips are towards the corner, taking the toes of this foot, turning them in to make room in the sacrum. We bend the front knee and we find Warrior 2. And then we're going to find Reverse Warrior. And so the back hand goes down, front hand reaches for the sky, feeling a nice opening in the front ribs. Now notice what you're feeling and what changes once you almost straighten that front knee. Pressing the big toe of the front foot down so that we'll hyperextend into that knee. Now we're going to bend the front knee, Warrior 2, Reverse Warrior, Reverse Triangle, Warrior 2, Reverse Warrior, Reverse Triangle. One more. And we're going to meet here in Warrior 2. Bring our hands to our hearts, and we're going to find a pose called Skandasana, sometimes called Ride the Wave. So we're going to turn to face the long side of the mat. This knee bends, getting a nice stretch along that inner thigh. We can take hands to blocks, to the earth? Can we bend one knee and then straighten the other? Now we're going to start to walk the hands towards the other short end of the mat. Find that warrior two base. Reverse warrior. Now again, notice what are we feeling and what changes when we almost straighten that front leg. We find warrior two, reverse warrior, reverse triangle, warrior two, reverse warrior. Last one. We're going to meet in warrior two. Bring our hands to our hearts. Turn to face the long side of the mat. Bend this knee. Here's our Skandasana. Now maybe we want to do it up high. Maybe arms out. Maybe arms right here. We're going to return to the original short end of our mat. Take our warrior two stance once again. And from here, we're going to come to reverse warrior. If we change our feet to face the other side, take a look. Here we are, all ready for extended side angle. Reverse warrior. Change the feet. Extended side angle. Reverse warrior. Change the feet. One more time. Reverse warrior here. Warrior two. Arms come down. Let's toe heel that back foot to meet the front and find ourselves once again in mountain. From here, we're going to take that wide stance again. Not quite as wide as we had earlier, but if I were facing this way, we're going to do the hip circles again. Circle. switch. So I'm noticing a lot less clicking and popping the second time around. Last one. We bring our hands to our hearts. We just inhale up and exhale down. Very simple breath and movement. One more. Now here you're going to have the choice of turning the toes out, and on the exhale starting to bend the knees. So I'm not going too low in the first few as we prepare to make our way to Malasana or garland. Now you can continue like this, or if you would like to find Malasana, remember that we can grab our blocks, we can be seated on the block or blocks. I like to sometimes move a little bit side to side. We can either take the hands down and the hips up, or if we're comfortable, to make our way to standing, feet hip width apart. We're going to come now just into a quad stretch, a precursor to dancer pose. We're not going to do dancer pose today unless you wish to. I'm going to use the wall, bending the knee, grabbing the foot, and just having a quad stretch here. If we were doing dancer, we would be coming closer to here. But I find that sometimes when we go into dancer, we're focusing on the balance rather than the quad stretch. So every once in a while, it's really nice to just come into dancer here. We're very softly going to release that foot and then make our way to the other side. We can have the other arm to a wall, to a chair, just forward, to the hip. Very softly, we release that foot. We turn to face the short end of the mat. We bring our feet to the outer edges. Inhale up. And on the exhale, finding ourselves in a nice forward fold. Knees are soft. And finding ragdoll. So placing one hand to the inside of opposite elbow. Maybe hips go side to side. Maybe we bend one knee and then the other. Placing our hands on our shins, coming to half back. Toes out, heels in. And this time maybe hands on blocks or on the earth. We inhale, exhale, bend, coming into that garland or Malasana, and then we come back up. And again. An option to find Malasana or garland. I'm going to grab a block, put it in front of me just so I can have it, my hands on it. or hands to the earth. And while we're here, it's going to be very small, a little cat-cow. Inhale, arch, and round, and arch, round. Last one. I have the hands down, the hips come up, and we still have the feet to the outer edges of the mat. We come into a forward fold. Hands go down. We start to bring the feet back still to the outer edges of the mat, a quick downward facing dog. And then we come to the knees and we bring the knees in about hip width apart. We come to the breath. And from here, finding wide-legged child's pose, toes together, knees apart. Let's take the torso up. So there's a version of wide-legged child's pose where we have the elbows down and the hands palm to palm. I have recently discovered that I prefer to do one hand at a time, so leaving the left hand where it is, taking the right hand to the base of the skull, that elbow comes down, and once again, finding wide-legged child's pose, and sometimes I even try to walk that elbow forward, getting a really nice stretch in the triceps. In this case, the tricep of one arm. Can we straighten that arm? Start to come up. Right hand on the mat. Left elbow bends, left hand to the base of the skull. And we find that wide-legged child's pose, really stretching out that arm. And then straighten that arm. Press into the hands, coming to all fours or tabletop. Hips go side to side. And from here, making our way to seated. We're going to come into what we call a wide V or a straddle. And I'm going to grab my blocks, placing one at the front and the other to the left. Inhale up and exhale, we twist. I like the hands on the blocks and untwist, and twist, untwist, and then let's hold on the next one. We come to center, quick little fold. And then we take that block that's to the left, we put it to the right. We inhale, exhale, twist, and untwist. And we'll hold on the next one. Again, I like to press into the blocks. I find it gets me a little bit taller. Let's untwist. Find a comfortable seated position. A bit more of a stretch here. And so we inhale the left arm up. Exhale, we bend the elbow, take the right fingertips to the left elbow, trying to take that elbow back so I'm getting a nice stretch. And then we're going to take it a step further. Inhale. On the exhale, side bend to your right. And we open, bending right elbow, left fingertips, trying to take it slightly back. We take a full breath and side bend to the left. And we release. From here, coming to all fours, but with the knees a little bit wider than hip width. Grabbing a block, bringing it towards the right side. And with the knees still a bit wider than hip width, can we bring the left foot forward? So we're doing a low lunge, but in a slightly wider stance. I find it gives a completely different sensation. Somewhere maybe in between a stance of low lunge and lizard. We're going to take that left arm up, inhale, exhale, side bend to your right. And up we go, leaving that wide stance. I'm grabbing the second block and just taking the hips back, still in a slightly wider stance for our half split. Toes of the front foot are coming towards us. And we'll start to walk the blocks forward. We're going to toe heel the left foot in line with the left hip bone and then bring it back. Once again, finding all fours, but with the knees a little bit wider than hip width. And the right foot will just come forward, still a little bit wider. So I have a block under the left hand, right arm comes up, inhale, exhale, side bend. Let's come up, leaving that foot still wider. We take the hips back, toes of the front foot come towards us. We come forward, we toe heel that right foot in line with the right hip bone, and we bring that leg back, coming to one hip and then having our legs extended in front of us. We're going to be doing a number 4 or a seated pigeon pose. So keeping the right leg extended, bending the left knee, placing that left ankle just above the right knee. Hands come behind. We're going to go to fingertips on this one. Shoulder blades towards each other. Front ankle is flexed. And let's just move side to side. Maybe even bringing the sitting bones closer to that right heel. And starting to make our way out of it, preparing for the other side. And again, maybe those legs, those hips go side to side. I'm going to bring the sitting bones a bit closer. Start to sneak that left foot forward, uncross the legs. Hands behind knees as we make our way to our backs, finding cactus arms and a little bit of windshield wiper. And then toe heeling the feet in line with the hip bones, extending the left leg and allowing that right knee to fall open into reclined tree. Arms are in cactus or maybe a little bit higher. And then we're going to help that right knee up and bring it directly to the chest. Let's flex that left ankle while we circle the right one. Let's change the direction of our ankle circle. We're going to release that right knee. Both feet come to the mat. We extend the right leg and we let that left knee fall open. Once again, cactus arms or even a little bit higher. Helping that left knee up and bringing it to our chest. Right ankle is flexed. Circling that left ankle. Other way. And then holding in stillness. Releasing that knee, bringing both knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. And then returning the feet to the mat, to the outer edges. And one last time for today, finding our windshield wipers. I find this position really soothing, this movement. And then from here, it's already time for us to begin to find Savasana, or final relaxation. You can be on the back with the legs extended, a block underneath each knee or each thigh. Maybe you would like the feet on the mat with the knees falling in. I thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope that you enjoyed it and that I'll get to see you again soon. Thank you.